All right, welcome to Exus the Podquest. This is going to be another Rule of Three show. We are going to be covering three topics from science, religion, and philosophy, like we do every week or every other week. And I'm going to be starting out with a quote of the day, like we always do as well. This is going to be a little bit longer again, so stay with me. It's worth every second. All right, here we go. It says, I think it's much more interesting to live not knowing than to have answers which might be wrong. I have approximate answers and possible beliefs and different degrees of uncertainty about different things, but I'm not absolutely sure of anything, and there are many things I don't know anything about, such as whether it means anything to ask why we're here. I don't have to know an answer. I don't feel frightened not knowing things by being lost in a mysterious universe without any purpose, which is the way it really is as far as I can tell. That's by Richard Feynman, the great scientist Richard Feynman. And how cool is that? That he is so comfortable being able to say, I'm good with not knowing the answers to things, even though he's the great Richard Feynman. The thing is, though, I'm absolutely not comfortable not knowing. That's what this whole show is about. I want to know all of the mysteries. I want to know the answers to the mysteries, and that's what we're trying to get at here. And so, of course, he's infinitely more equipped, or he was when he was alive, infinitely more equipped to dig into and find these fundamental answers, but than I am. But I just find it very, very interesting that he was okay not knowing when I am not comfortable that way. But anyway, and here's the thing: when we're looking at issues that are out there, and these fundamental, tough issues, things that are very, somewhat difficult to get at, maybe that wasn't such an issue for Richard Feynman, but it is for me sometimes. And every once in a while, I'll come across something that is just like it's so turgid and so difficult to grasp that I just don't know what to do with it. And that's our first topic for today. And I'm gonna read that topic straight from my notes. Ready? Hamilton. Yeah, not that Hamilton. What the quantum ChromoF is all that about? All right. I came across this, and this is just from the Wikipedia, right? And this is the Wikipedia on what's known as Hamiltonian lattice gauge theory. All right? And I'm just going to read it to you, and we're going to take it from there. All right? This is from Wikipedia. In physics, Hamiltonian lattice gauge theory is a calculational approach to gauge theory and a special case of lattice gauge theory in which the space is discretized, but time is not. The Hamiltonian is then re-expressed as a function of degrees of freedom defined in a d-dimensional lattice. Following Wilson, the spatial components of the vector potential are replaced with Wilson lines over the edges, but the time component is associated with the vertices. However, the temporal gauge is often employed, setting the electrical potential to 0. The eigenvalues of the Wilson line operators, U, parens E, where E is the oriented edge in question, take on values in the Lie group G. It is assumed that G is compact, otherwise we run into many problems. All right? So the thing is I'm running into many problems even reading the Wikipedia page on that, right? And this is it's not a truly authoritative source, but nevertheless, it's wildly beyond my comprehension what the hell they're talking about. And I guess my question is, after reading that, is what in the hell is Hamiltonian lattice gauge theory? And I am going to have to bring in lots and lots of people to understand things like this. Not just that, we're not going to really delve deeply into it. But this is kind of a general subject, a Hamiltonian lattice gauge theory, from what I can gather, it has something to do with elementary particles. But beyond that, I don't know too much about it. And it has to do with quantum chromodynamics, which is where I got the title. I don't usually swear on the show. In fact, I probably won't swear very much at all on the show. But when it comes to something like this, what in the quantum ChromoF is going on? I mean, that's my issue. I don't really know what this is about. And I could have Richard Feynman himself sitting across from me for 3.5 hours, all right? And I might still not get it. All right, but what I'll do on something like this, and maybe this is kind of a teaser for things coming down the road. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to transform from a podcast host into a bridge builder, right? So on things like complicated matters and even non-complicated matters, I'm going to ask people, like especially these experts in quantum chromodynamics and things like that, build me a bridge, okay? Take it from point A. All right, I don't know anything at all about the subject, so that's point A. And point Z is where I might know enough about it to make sense. And then I'm going to ask, and I'm going to do this a lot, so I want to introduce the subject and say, build me a bridge. Because you have to build a bridge in spans. You can't just build the whole bridge across the way, or maybe you can now, but bridges are traditionally built in spans. So it goes from A to B, and then from B to C, and then C, and then so on, right? And so if you don't build the entire bridge for me, if I'm not being, if there's a span missing, I'm not going to be able to get it. All right, and so that's what I'm going to be looking for here with these kind of questions. Quantum, not quantum. What is this again? Hamiltonian lattice gauge theory. It might as well be Hamiltonian lattice gauge theory because it's that far outside of my ability. And if the thing is that again on the show we're looking for the answers to the big questions. I want to know everything. I want to know all the answers to the fundamental stuff. And I want to fix the dying problem, which I'm going to get to as the show develops. But if this stuff, if the Hamiltonian lattice gauge theory is something that's, fundamental to everything, and it's really, that's what it's all about, then, I might have some trouble. Okay. And, maybe that could be an indication of serious trouble down the road. But I'm confident that we can get people in here to deal with issues like this and build that bridge from A to Z on Hamiltonian lattice gauge theory and similar topics. If you know anything at all about lattice gauge theory in general, Hamiltonian lattice gauge theory, anything you can share with me about it and get me started out down that road, that would be awesome. Let me know. The comment section on our YouTube would be the great place for that, as well as, of course, on our website, which is named exusthepodquest.com. Go there and let me know your thoughts. Let me know, and also let me know if you think, handling questions like this, these complicated matters, is something that is interesting to you, or is it something that immediately your eyes glaze over and you say, you know what, I really don't care about that at all. So don't even bother me with it. And, and then I'll take that into consideration. Again, visit us on our website, exusthepodquest.com. Also, make sure to like the video if you do, or even if you don't. And also, and leave comments on the YouTube comment section. You guys go there. And as I say, we will be going ever forward.